Growing up, Batman 89 was my favourite movie, but as I grew older, it kind of went down in my estimation. It was still kind of in the films I really loved, but it kind of went down and down. I think I overwatched it. I must have watched it, that Batman VHS, you know, that lived in the player. And it went on as I grew up as well. I just watched the hell out of the movie. And then I started to listen to kind of the negative things that were thrown at it from a lot of fans. And it just went a bit down in my estimation. I just feel like I couldn't watch it again. I feel like I'd seen it too many times. However, the movie has been released in the theatres for the 30th anniversary. And guess what I did tonight? I only went and saw Batman 1989, the bloody cinema, didn't I? This was an incredible cinema experience, guys. It almost felt like the culmination of my journey with this film, because I still remember, I don't have it anymore, but the VHS of Batman, I had that. And it was my kind of the film of my childhood. I watched it all through my formative years, I guess, growing up. And then I went on to DVD, and then I went on to Blu-ray, and then I kind of started falling out of love with the movie, but then I got to see it in this grand spectacle, how people saw it back in, obviously 1989, but they didn't have 4K, so I saw it even better. And it just reignited the movie. It just gave the movie this pop again. And I had this real feeling watching Batman 89 as a kid growing up that I had lost for years and years and years. I regained it in the cinema on this experience. This was a special cinema experience. I feel like the cinema really helped this world come back to life in my mind. Seeing it on that big screen just involved me more than it had for years. And it really reminded me of the vision that Tim Burton had for this movie. I mean, make no mistake, guys, this movie could have been bloody awful. There were so many drafts going around this movie that sounded like absolute arse. You know, you had some terrible ideas going on. Batman riding a horse, Eddie Murphy as Robin, Bill Murray as Batman. Just 1,000 crazy different things were going around, and the fact that we actually came out with something pretty darn amazing and iconic is really special, because this is the reason we have all the superhero movies today up the arse. It's Batman 89, guys. It started it all. Seeing Michael Keaton in that suit on the big screen was just sensational. Now, the suit is obviously, it's hard to move around in, but it's one of the most iconic looking suits, and it looks so awesome on the big screen in 4K. And it just gave him such an authority. We'd never seen a character like this on screen ever before. And seeing it once again, you know, I'd got used to how he looks as Batman for so many years, but then to see it once again on the cinema, it just completely made it pop. And I was back to being a kid again, guys. I was absolutely marvelling at Michael Keaton as Batman in this movie. Michael Keaton is by far the greatest Batman. By far. Now, obviously a lot of people who don't even like this film view him as the greatest Batman. You know, even the harshest skeptics of Batman 89 view Michael Keaton as the best Batman. That means he did a bloody amazing job. And I think it's even more impressive that he had nothing to compare himself to, or except for the Adam West Batman. And again, see it on the screen and seeing Michael Keaton, he could have completely balls this up, guys. He could have completely destroyed the character, but he just feels iconic. He just seems like Batman. He just seems Batman, and he just looks the part. And you know, that costume is so memorable, and in 4K it completely blows your mind once again. You're completely in awe of it. One thing occurred to me while I was watching the film, obviously the recent announcement of Robert Pattinson to be Batman. I think we could see a bit of the Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne in Robert Pattinson and Batman. I feel like he has kind of similarities to Michael Keaton, where he's not muscly, he's not a big guy, he's a little bit more brooding, a little bit more, I guess, oddball. We could see that, guys. We could see Michael Keaton's Batman version 2. He doesn't have to be muscly, guys. Michael Keaton on screen, he's not muscly, he's a small guy, but he has body armor on the suit, so Batman can really be played by, as long as it's an amazing actor, really be played by anyone, I guess, because it's the suit that does it. As long as they look good in the suit, that's all we need, and Robert Pattinson could do that. But we could be looking at Michael Keaton-esque Batman from Robert Pattinson. I went into this movie preferring Heath Ledger's Joker, and I came out preferring Jack Nicholson.
Gotham City always brings a smile to my face. Winged freak terrorizes
Now, Jack Nicholson was my favourite Joker growing up, but in recent years I had more of an appreciation for Heath Ledger's Joker. But this is the Joker, guys. No question, Jack Nicholson is the greatest Joker. I really don't understand the critique that Jack Nicholson was the obvious choice for the Joker, so it kind of makes his performance a little less good because he's going to be the Joker, you know. No, it's an obvious choice, but obvious choices aren't necessarily bad, guys. I know Michael Keaton wasn't an obvious choice for Batman, but going for an obvious choice for the Joker, I don't think it makes his performance any worse just because when you think of Jack Nicholson, you do think of the Joker's antics. I really do think that they're a bit harsh on Jack Nicholson's Joker. I think there's some really sinister undertones in the performance. There's a real darkness to it. People only like to see his dancing and his running around and his hilarious shenanigans, which is there, but there's some sinister stuff with the Joker in this, guys. The Joker can be really morbid in this, and I feel like Jack Nicholson encapsulated everything from the Joker in the comics. I feel like Jack Nicholson encapsulated the ego, the arrogance, the nihilism, the not caring about anyone but himself, the egotism, the not caring if he lived or died, the not having a purpose. Jack Nicholson's Joker does everything in this, and I feel like people disrespect it because they look at Heath Ledger's and they're like, oh, Heath Ledger's one was more like the comics. Well, he went for another side of the comics and he got some things that Jack Nicholson missed out. But Jack Nicholson, as the first Joker we had seen since Cesar Romero, guys, cut him some bloody slack just because he was a bit more Jack Nicholson than you'd like. Jack Nicholson is perfect for the Joker, so that shouldn't be a bad thing. Take your hat off to Jack Nicholson as the Joker. It's an unbelievable, iconic performance in my opinion, and it is a performance. He has to go into some dark places in there, and if all you remember is his antics, you need to go and see Batman for the 30th anniversary, because there is more to Jack Nicholson's performance as the Joker than you think. I loved watching several scenes in this film which I had got tired of, like including the art gallery scene, where the Joker invades the art gallery and then Batman comes to save Vicky Vale, and then the car chase afterwards. Brilliant. I really felt transported back to the kid watching it for the first time. It's amazing what a cinema can do, guys. I started to really notice the small things that Tim Burton did well. The little bits of direction, the little subtle moments of dialogue. The dialogue in this is superb. The script is a little weak in areas. There's some, and I will admit that, the script is a little weak in areas. There's some silly moments that don't make sense, but the dialogue is flawless. The dialogue is epic. The dialogue is incredible in my opinion.
It's me, Sugar Bumps. Oh, thank God you're alive. I heard you'd been fried. Is that what you heard? You set me up over a woman. A woman! You must be insane. Don't bother. Your life won't be worth spit! I've been dead once already. It's very liberating. You should think of it as therapy. Jack, listen. Maybe we can cut a deal. Jack? Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
Every line, every other line can be quotable. Every other line can be memorable. And I think what Tim Burton did with this, I don't know if he was unconsciously doing it, but he made so much memorable. It's almost like he was setting out to make this memorable, but he probably wasn't. So to have that magic touch back then, again, I think deserves a hell of a lot of respect. Rewatching this, it really did make me question some of the critiques that I had entertained about this film, such as Batman killing. I really don't think that it's much as big of a deal as people say. I think there's several moments in this film where Batman deliberately tries not to kill some people. He throws this guy over a ledge and he attaches him with the Batarang or the whatever gadget it is. And then when he throws Jack Nicholson accidentally over the railing into the acid, he's really, really trying to pull him back up, guys, and he doesn't want to kill him. So when he just drops the bomb on the Joker's thugs, yes, that's killing them, but to be fair, that's the only moment I think that he kills people, because think about it, the time where he throws the thug down the bell tower and kills him is because he's in a death precarious situation and he doesn't have time to kind of save the guy at the same time. He has to save his own life. He also doesn't kill the Joker. He tries to keep the Joker in place. You know, he tries to attach him to the bell tower, to the gargoyle on the side of the bell tower. Tries to do that. So he doesn't try and kill people in this. I think people kind of blew that out of proportion because he does it so much in Batman Returns. In this one though, I think that I would probably take out him dropping the bomb on the Joker's thugs, but that's probably, that's pretty much it. This movie really gets known for Batman killing. I really don't think there's malicious murder in this by Batman. There is in Batman Returns, I must admit, but in this there really isn't, so I don't think that criticism holds much water. I don't really view Michael Keaton's Batman as a cold murderer in this. Ben Affleck's Batman's running around with a bloody gun in a dream sequence shooting every motherfucker like it's Resident Evil 5. And I really do believe I've had a journey with this film that's culminated watching this in the cinema. I think this is a big part of being a film buff, a big part of watching movies for me. I think this is one of the most entertaining movies ever made. I think it genuinely, I would put it up there as possibly the most entertaining movie ever made. So I think this experience taught me that if you think you've gone off a movie, or grown out of a movie, or you've overwatched a movie, try it again after a couple of years, preferably in the cinema, and you might be transported back to how you felt as a kid, because that definitely happened here with Batman 1989. You should definitely go and see it in a cinema for its 30th anniversary. So thanks for watching everyone, that's my thoughts on the Batman 4K 30th anniversary cinema experience. It has gone up, back in my estimation. It is one of my favourite films of all time. I absolutely love the movie. What do you guys think of it? Have you seen it in the cinema? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I talk about lots of retro movies from the 80s and 90s, as well as modern superhero movies and geeky movie stuff like that. Thanks for watching everyone. Please feel free to watch my review of some of the Batman movies on my channel, and I will see you guys next time.